Hello Brit as well, Britt-Bo the Funko. I'm going to put this out publicly so people can see it. Because a few people have asked me where Brit came from, and I was just like, well, it's a long story, and it's just like, sort of like, is it a podcast? Is it like a video? I mean, I'm waiting on a video to render in the background now, so I'm literally just killing the boredom. But I mean, this has been a rant in a while, so I've got a rant to do about how the Assassin music video was made. But anyway, so I've known Brit for about 10 years, coming up 10 years anyway, so a lot of people have asked what happened to my ex, especially people who don't know me personally, and obviously you watch one video and then another one and then you watch another one. I've got a wife as well, you know, it's like, what's going on there? Anyway, so, you know, like it's about a year ago, like my last relationship ended, and it just ended because there was just nothing left. It wasn't nasty breakup or anything, it was more like, well, you know, it was good times when we had them, and it just got a bit, you know, there's a lot of things I don't understand, there's a lot of sides of the story I don't understand, but I'm not sitting here and slagging off the ex about it. We just ended. So, found myself single again. I was pretty happy. You know what I mean? It was odd. It's odd being single this when you're closing in on your mid-30s. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So, I kept quiet, kept my head down, try to refocus myself and try to sort out my priorities. What was priority? What did I want? What do I generally want to do? And because all of a sudden you've got no commitments again. And Brit, so when I first met Brit 10 years ago, it's because we worked together, and when we worked together, I was engaged to be married and she was in a long-term relationship with a guy called Mark. And I got on with both of them quite well, and they were one of the couples at work, and or a fucking nightmare if you want to do off, because they always want to do stuff together. Especially when I think because Brittany's birthday is on Halloween, and I actually got married on Halloween, and I just remember trying to get me, like, going into, like, right, I need 2 weeks off over Halloween, and they were like, well, you know, Mark and Brit's off. I was like, well, I'm getting married, they're just going on a fucking, I don't know where they were going, skip around Beamish on the fucking merry-go-round for all I fucking know. But this is one of those things. But no, me and Brit got on very well, and I think it's one of those things where, like, we just got on well. Like, Alex is one of my best friends from a kid I grew up over my best friend being a girl, so I'm always like quite open. Some people are like, oh, it's a girl, but now I'm like more like this, like, oh yeah, it's cool. So anyway, Brittany and Mark moved in together. They moved to London, then they moved up back here, and they got a house and stuff. So Brit was in and out of my life for a bit while I was working back at HMV. It's dead canny, dead funny. Always thought she was a bit pretty, but it was a kind of thing like, right, I'm getting married. You know, I'm sorted. Do you know what I mean? That was all honesty. And Mark and Brit even came to my wedding party. And Mark and Brit were actually asked to be in This Is Just Life. Now, This Is Just Life was everyone getting interviewed, and it showed you from me going all the way around the world to, like, getting married in this 2-year experience. And it was just, there's a lot going on. And, like, originally on a notepad and pen, I think I name checked about 15 people I wanted to interview for the show, and there were 75 people interviewed for the show over the course of a year and a half. But Kidder and Megan, who were interviewed for it, and they are a couple, they were extremely hilarious as a couple. I mean, just Kidder in general, but Megan was really funny as well. And I was like, oh yeah, Mark and Brit, they'll be good. So when I contacted Mark and Brit, I got the vibe then and there that something wasn't going down well, and Mark and Brit didn't go on the show. And I was shocked to find out that Mark and Brit broke up a while later. You know, they both left the company. They went off to do different jobs. They both went either ways. I mean, the company wasn't in the best state, and these are like got a house together and stuff like that. And they did the smart move. But you know what I mean? It's like a lifer kind of thing. You either stay with a ship, or you jump off the Titanic and see what happens. Anyway, so so they broke up, and I bumped into Brit on a night out. I was filming licks, or Scream of Sirens at Trillions, and I was shocked actually. I bumped into Brit and she had a new boyfriend. I was like, alright, yeah, are you happy? Yeah, that's cool. Happens to have a very similar name to me, but spelt wrong. You know, some people just can't spell people's names right. Anyway, I was like, alright, it's cool, you know. And Mark, we've had a girlfriend quite quickly, and I don't know the ins and outs of that relationship, how it ended. So you know, alright, yeah, cool, as long as you're happy. Now, about a year later, I probably went through one of the darkest times of my life, and it was just, fucking hell. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it on camera, but I was literally just walking through life, getting by life. Like, I was struggling, you know. And one thing happened, which was severe. Best way to describe it, I was the passenger in a car going around the roundabout in hell, and every time you tried to go off this roundabout to hell, it was a fucking evil detour, and you went back into hell around the roundabout, and I couldn't get out the fucking car. That's how I described my life at that point. And then it got worse, because at the end of that week from hell, my granddad passed away. I found him next door. And my life was going to dramatically change then as well, I knew it. So, everyone I talked to was cool. Everyone I really talked to didn't know what the fuck to say. It was really, I told them about one thing, and then I told them about the rest, and I'm like, fuck. And then I told them about one more thing, and they were just like, Emmerdale's on, you know, like, it wasn't like Emmerdale was on, they were just like, they didn't know what the fuck to say. It was a hard time. And I went and seen a professional about it. Yeah. Didn't like him, like, but, you know, anyway, I got opened up about it. So, Brittany had heard through the grapevine of friendships, and Britt said, "Oh, do you want to catch up and have a coffee?" And that's all it was. She caught up with us, and I just remember sitting there and just told her, you know, and it was awesome. Like, literally awesome, because I could talk to somebody and she wasn't sitting there judging her. I felt she generally cared for my well-being. And then it was nice, and then I didn't see her for a good couple of years. So at this point, I'm now single. I got asked out on a date, right, very, very quickly after I'd broken my ex, and I was like, and I didn't go on the date. I sort of just blew it off and sat in this room because I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to go out and meet someone who liked me for who I was or what I looked like or that kind of thing. It was like a generally like, God, I haven't been on a date since I went on a date with Annie. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I was nervous about it then because I hadn't been on a date since I was married. It was like, I don't know what to do. And like, what was going on in my personal life, I was like, I'm not willing to like go for this. I'm not interested. So like, blew this girl off. Sorry. Sorry for watching this, sorry. It was just for the best, you know what I mean? Put in the best interest. I didn't want to upset anybody, and I just generally didn't want to. I didn't know where I was going. And plus, as well, I had a couple of more meetings with Annie for a few bits and bobs back, and it was around that time the final nail went in the coffin about it and all that. And I wish her well, do you know what I mean? So this happened. So anyway, once again, Brittany comes out of the woodwork, and I couldn't stop laughing. So one of them bubbles pops up, you know, on Messenger. And I said, who the fuck's that? And it was just like someone in a pool of water. Like that. And the water was there. So she had this tiny body and this fucking massive head. I think she's got a big head anyway. Just joking. But I was like, oh yeah, it's Brittany. She was just asking how it was. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, just catching up with her and all that kinds of stuff. And I started talking to her. And she had broken up with a lad. She'd been broken up for a while from. And she was going through a rough time, and I was like, I want to talk to you, alright, you know. So we got talking, and we got talking about boot sales and stuff, and she was on about how she was doing a boot sale. And I woke up one day and I was like, right, okay, Britt's doing this boot sale. It's miles away, because Britt doesn't live like next door. I just want to mention something as well. Someone mentioned it a few weeks ago, and I just want to clear this up while I keep my hand on this thing. I mentioned Rachel a few weeks ago on one of my videos, and someone picked up and went, why the fuck did you mention Rachel for? Now, Rachel is one of my first long-term girlfriends, like years ago, long time ago. And I mention it because she lives next door. You know, it's the house I bought years ago with her. It's next door. Anyway, off that subject. Clusterfuck of the exes here. Anyway, so I went across to this boot sale and I walked around. It was huge, and I surprised Brittany. She was like absolutely shocked. I said, hey, you alright? And we just had a wander around, talking boot sale stuff, talking about stuff like that, and then that was it, really. And she was like, oh, do you want to catch up? We'll get some food sometime, because it was hot, it was horrible. I was generally like, I wasn't hungover, but I was just rocking and rolling it, like. And sorry, I'm just shutting down on my computer. So I said, oh yeah. So I went and I met up. We had some food in this place called the Purple Blair. And she looked lovely. When she turned up, she looked lovely. And I was like, okay. I don't know. Am I getting the wrong vibes here? I was generally like, and because I kind of feel like she likes us, and I was like, does she? And I said, it's just Brit. I mean, it's just Brit. Yeah, that's how much like it was just. Oh, it's just Brit. Anyway, the food was all right. The night was hilarious. You know, it was short, and no, it was good. It was good. So like a week later, she asked us if we want to go out again, and this time, I went on this. I would class this as the real date. This time, yeah, I think there's a little bit more here than meets the eye, and got that vibe from her. And we didn't tiptoe around it. It's the first time we'd both been single since we ever met each other, and I think there and then we just, you know, like, thought, let's see how this goes. I didn't tell anyone, she didn't tell anyone. You know, met up for a few beers, a few drinks, and then I think the first night we went out. Now, I don't go out in Newcastle much unless it's a staff do, and when I go out in Newcastle, it's normally either stuck in one venue and the staff do, or I'm filming a band in one venue and that's it. I don't go out and I don't know where's to go and where's to do. Now, there's an amazing nightclub called Rise, and Britt told us about it. She goes, oh, do you want to go to Rise? I want to go to Rise. And I was like, alright, we'll go to Rise, and I loved it. Like, the venue was class. So we went out, and I think it was started as a staff do, and I think I palmed off everyone I was out and went and met Britt again. We weren't keeping it secret. It was a case of like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't want, because everyone at work knows her. You know, there's a lot of mutual friends here, and we didn't know what was going on. And so we go out, and I honestly, out of everyone I know, the one person I was concerned about was two people. Chris Hunter's one. Because if Chris Hunter didn't approve, I didn't know what I was going to do. But there was another person, and respectfully to Mark, because I always got on with Mark, right? And I was like, you know what, like, should I message Mark and say, look, me and Britt have had a date, it's a crack, but Mark's happily married, he's got 2 kids, and all the best to him. So we go to this nightclub called Rise, and by this point I'm habit. I mean, I fell out of the nightclub one night. Well, no, sorry, that night when I came out. It wasn't that I was totally drunk. It was the fact that it was slippery, it was wet. I literally took a knee, and I got like a spelk in my knee or something like that. I can still feel it now. But there, I was pretty hammered. It's a maze. It's a big fucking alley. Go upstairs. There's a nightclub. There's another floor. There's fucking doors everywhere. Next thing you know, Sluggy's fucking swinging off the chandelier. Fucking wrecked. Thinking, fuck the Goonies. It's a crazy place. So, we are in the nightclub, and all of a sudden I see Dave and Rachel. Now, Dave and Rachel are good friends from the past of working with HMV. Another couple. Both moved on, doing different stuff. Never go out. It's like, fucking hell, there's Dave and Rachel. I'm like, hey, like, fucking hell, like, you know, like all these random people. I mean, again, I don't go out in Newcastle often. I don't see that much. I hear a rumour that a certain person is there. Okay, alright, this will be interesting. And I'm standing there, and by this point I'm half cut. And there's so many lights. And it's blurry. And I'm a bit drunk, and all of a sudden I see a life-size Woody from Toy Story dancing. Like that. Okay, wow. And then I see Buzz Lightyear, and I'm like, is someone dropped acid on my drink here? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And as he comes closer, he goes, hey! And it's Mark. It's Mark. And he's like, hey! And as he gives us a hug, he sees Brittany and goes, hey! It's the fucking freakiest thing I think I've ever witnessed. He was cool. He didn't make an incident. There was no, fuck you, what are you doing? I see that as a kind of like, alright, fair enough. Yeah. But for Martin to find out that way, which again, I think this was only the 4th time me and Brittany had gone out, right? Like, this is the first time we went out drinking. For him to be dressed as fucking Woody from Toy Story and come over to me and to my point of view, fucking slow motion, with his back up buddy Buzz Lightyear next to it, and to see me in that, it was fucking hilarious. And from that, I think like everyone sort of knew. Like rumours fly around quite quickly, but you know, it got to the point where we're both single. It's the first time. And she's got a heart of gold, and she's a lovely person. She's beautiful, she's funny, she's caring, and I'm not used to that. And she's really like, you know, like when it comes to the videos and stuff, she's got an interest in photography, but now she's just like, no, I'll give that a go. And she comes in on camera and she's like, oh yeah, I'll give this a go. You know, like we named it Britt-Bo, the Funko, you know, like Britt-Bo, hello from Britt-Bo and all that kind of stuff, working on her own thing. And she's really grasped it. And like she gets a bit nervous about filming stuff locally, but then at HorrorCon she really broke out of her shell, and she sort of like went, you werewolf Francis, stand there, and just do the whole selfie thing with a person dressed up as a full werewolf. But it's really been cool. I mean, I really feel loved by her. Her artwork, which is the Goonies artwork, the whole birthday thing, the surprise, the fact that she went out of her way to book the Goonies on my birthday in Manchester, draws a picture of the Goonies, even got Corey Feldman to wish us happy birthday, which was amazing. And then obviously to meet Corey as well, and him from the absolutely awesome. And just how pushing she is towards stuff as well. She helps out. She organises far too in advance. I'll be like, oh, I'm off tomorrow, and she'll be like, when do you do this? I'll be like, what the fuck? But no, she means well. She's dead funny. But that's just a rant while I was just killing the time there. Like, I just wanted to explain where Britt came from. Someone's knocking my door, so I'll be back in a minute. So yeah, thanks for watching this. This is just a random outtake. We'll send it to Britt-Bo as well. She starts a new job today, so it's a lot changing. And I'm going to announce it now that we're going to New Zealand. It's booked, it's paid for. We fly on the 5th of February. So, like, you look at the Wicker Man video, you look at HorrorCon, can you imagine what New Zealand's going to be like? So keep tuning to the channel. You can see my phone's been beeping. I'm wanted. Ha ha ha, what a random time to find this. What's this? It's actually Brit. Do. She's gone to Starbucks for toasty. So yeah, Brit now works at the Memory Centre as well. So there's no getting rid of this one, I don't think. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
And now, the end is here.